O-level English. This is a video on learning descriptive language and paper 2 narrative passage. The passage is Jasmine T. Lesson objectives. In this lesson, you will learn to describe the key features of similes, metaphors, personification, and irony. You will be able to identify examples of these literary devices in sentences or short text, differentiate between what are these literary devices, and explain how these techniques make writing more vivid and relatable. Simile. A simile compares two things using the word like or as to make descriptions vivid. The purpose of simile is to help readers imagine scenes by linking familiar objects. For example, the simile as brave as a lion. In this example, shown in the picture, her smile was as bright as the sun. We are comparing a smile to the sunlight. Metaphor. A metaphor directly states one thing is an other to show similarity. Usually for metaphor we use is or was. Now the purpose of metaphor is to create strong imagery or emotion. For example, imagine how you would feel if we compare time is a thief. Do you like a thief to steal from you, leaving you less and less time to do your things you like? In the picture here, the metaphor, the classroom was a zoo. It didn't mean that the class has become animals and students are behaving like one, but it's to state that it is chaotic and noisy, like animals making a lot of noise in a zoo setting. Personification. Personification gives human traits to non-human things, such as animals, objects, or ideas. The purpose of personification is to make descriptions relatable to us and engaging. For example, if we look at the picture here, this is the wind and she has a smiling face. The wind whispered secrets through the trees. In the personification, we make the wind act like a person, but the writer wants to share how the sound is made when the wind blows through those cracks through the trees. Irony. When something happens in the opposite way or in a way you didn't expect to happen, that is irony. The purpose of irony is to create humor, surprise, or make the reader think more deeply about a situation. There are three types of irony. For example, the first one is a verbal irony. On a rainy field trip day, a student says, "Perfect weather for our beach visit." He is saying the opposite of the truth because he is using irony to show his disappointment and displeasure about the bad weather. The second type of irony is a situational irony. For example, if you look at the picture, a fire station burns down while firefighters are at a safety workshop. It is quite unexpected for firefighters who are more concerned about safety to have their own fire station burnt to the ground. The last type is a dramatic irony. The audience knows the hidden treasure is under the school bench, but the characters keep searching the forest. Hence, you can see the irony that the readers know more than the characters. Please complete exercise 1 and 2 to show your understanding of these four literary devices. Comprehension passage, Jasmine T. The text below describes a young woman's journey from gathering jasmine flowers in a mountainous region to brewing tea. Read carefully and answer the questions. The mist-wrapped ridges of Feihua Shan rose before Mei Ling like sleeping giants under the dawn light. Dewdrops clung to spiderwebs strung between ferns, sparkling as brightly as glittering diamonds at night. She adjusted her white-brimmed straw hat tied with a red ribbon and knelt where wild jasmine vines cascaded down mossy rocks. Each blossom she plucked released a sweet perfume floating through the air like gentle music. In the distance, the placid lake shimmered, its water mirroring the sky as dawn painted the treetops gold. Back in her grandmother's kitchen, Mei Ling spread the blossoms on bamboo trays. The jasmine was liquid sunshine, pouring golden hope into the room. She carefully separated petals, her movements quick and precise. Outside, afternoon heat pressed against the window panes, but inside, the flowers' scent was a cool river, washing away all weariness. Mei Ling changed into a simple cotton samfu for work, her face glowing with focus. Just yesterday, Mei Ling's brother had teased, "Jasmine tea? So boring." Yet now, as she laid the trays in the shaded porch, a mischievous breeze swept through. Half the petals fluttered away, a cruel joke from the weather she had praised all morning. Mei Ling sighed, chasing petals with a net. "Perfect timing, wind," she muttered sarcastically. The safety of the porch had betrayed her. The old clay kettle sighed steam on the stove, its lid rattling impatiently. Mei Ling dropped dried jasmine into the pot, and the leaves danced awake in the hot water. Even the teacups seemed to lean closer, eager for their fragrant bath. She wore a delicate embroidered cheongsam now, its silk sleeves whispering as she poured. The brew deepened to amber, as if the tea itself knew its destiny was to comfort. Mei Ling inhaled the steam, a bouquet of flowers and earth. Memories flooded back. Her grandmother teaching her to time the brew, saying, "Patience turns bitterness into sweetness." She sipped, warmth spreading through her like sunlight. Outside, rain began to tap on the roof, but the kitchen stayed cozy, wrapped in jasmine dreams. Her brother shuffled in, sniffing the air. "Smells like a garden in here." Mei Ling handed him a cup. His skeptical sip turned to wide-eyed surprise. "Okay, you win," he laughed. "This beats bubble tea I have in the city." They shared sweet puffs, the delicious crunch harmonizing with the floral tea. Later, Mei Ling wrapped leftover blossoms in red paper, gifts for neighbors. Raindrops streaked the window, blurring the starlights of the night sky into watercolor smudges. True joy, she realized, wasn't just in drinking tea. It was in creating happiness, petal by petal, then sharing it with others.